Gosh, you guys missed me so much, didn't you? I know you did. I am back. I'm going to bust this out because I really should be in bed, although that goes against everything I believe in. But had I been in bed this whole time, maybe I would have had a different outcome. I'm not sure. Okay, first things, top of my order. Remember when the pandemic first hit and the schools went online and everyone was going on Facebook and every social media platform saying, oh my God, teachers are angels. They deserve to make $1 million a year. Why aren't we paying them more? They're crazy, crazy important. Remember that? And how we were having parades for first responders and nurses and doctors and saying their sacrifice was so huge we couldn't even wrap our heads around it. Okay, well now we're telling the nurses that we're taking away their paid time off. We're not giving them a raise. We're telling teachers to go into the battlefields with no protection, teach our kids in small classrooms, not knowing how the kids got there, if they came on a bus with 80 other kids, if they got dropped off from a family where the mom has COVID. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't have any idea how these kids are getting to school, but we're telling our teachers, suck it up. So first, they're the most important thing we've ever encountered in our life, and they deserve to make $1 million a year. Now we say, fuck you, fuck y'all. Work under duress and lose your paid time off. Work in very, very dangerous conditions and whatever, risk your life. Who cares? Our kids got to go to school because mom and dad can't take it anymore. We suck. We fucking suck. This is so wrong. And the pandemic, that lovely little thing that you may or may not believe in, this is the second wave, which coincides with the Second Reich, which is when we send federal troops to Portland and to Chicago to quell the protests because our president is a dictator. It's a fucking fascist motherfucker. He's goddamn, they call him Twitler, and I'm so behind that 100%. So we've got a pandemic that is still not under control because people won't wear masks, because motherfuckers won't wear masks, because you trick-ass motherfuckers think that this whole thing is a conspiracy to put us down and keep us down. Here's the thing with conspiracy theories. Okay, you got to put them through the proof test. You got to prove them out. So if this whole pandemic, COVID-19 thing, wear a mask for safety, is a conspiracy, let's take it through the paces. That means that every country on the planet, every person in charge on the planet has to be with the lie. They have to agree that this is just bullshit. So, and they have to keep that a secret, just so that we can oppress our people. It just doesn't stand up to that because people can't keep secrets, and fucking Americans can't fucking keep a secret. You can't even plan a surprise birthday party because the person inevitably finds out. If you watched last week Tonight with John Oliver, he just did a whole thing on this. So this is not a conspiracy. This is not a drill. This is a real fucking pandemic. Yes, there's going to be errors here and there. People are going to get lost test results or wrong test results. People are going to get the COVID-19 and they're going to recover from it at home, and it's not a big deal. A child's going to get it and give it to their mom, and their mom's going to be fine, and the kid's going to get sick. All of these things are possible because it's a pandemic. Because as much as we know about it, that's how little we know about it. However, put a fucking mask on. That's the only thing we have right now. There's a million possibilities of how it spread and where it lives and how long it lives and if we can battle it. The only thing we know for fucking sure is to wear a motherfucking mask. So either put on a mask and stay home or shut the fuck up. Okay, back to Portland. And when the troops showed up in Portland and they're hauling kids off and freaking unmarked vans, well, now the moms got involved. And I think I've already proven with what happened with Cardinal Newman's graduation that if you get a group of moms together and with the force of that, with one thing, which is to protect their kids, You may as well just sit the fuck down. The Mom Squad got involved. They linked arms. They stood out there and they sang lullabies, and held signs that said, "Don't take my child." So go ahead, motherfucker, in the White House. Send troops to Chicago and see what fucking happens. Black Lives Matter never meant more than it means in Chicago. Okay? So go crazy. Okay, now I'm going to go off global topics, and I'm going to talk about my pain management situation. So I went to a pain management appointment yesterday. The entire day, my appointment was at 4:20, and that is not a joke. Do you get it? I didn't get it. My sister pointed it out to me, and I laughed. So I never been to pain management, okay? I've had rheumatoid arthritis for 42 years. I've never been to pain management. I manage my own pain, thank you very much. So I had no idea what to expect. Okay, so I go into this Victorian-looking building, walk in, it's called Evolve Pain Management. So I go in, there's all these little suites. They're kind of glass, but the center part is like frosted or decorated, so you can only see feet and maybe the tops of heads, which is odd. So I walked in, I checked in, they put me in one of those rooms. I had a great day. Like up until that point, I really wasn't in much pain. I actually drove myself. I wanted Leah to drive me, but it was her grandfather's birthday, so they were having a birthday dinner. I couldn't steal her from that because that's just self-centered bullshit, and I would never do that. So I drove myself because I was feeling fine, because there's no reason I shouldn't drive myself. I drove myself. Get there, go in, sitting there. Sitting down. It looks like a living room, okay? They have like a oriental rug on the ground. They have a comfy black, like leather armchair. They have a not so comfy wooden chair with like leather accents. They have a patio chair that looks like they got it at Pier 1 on the sidewalk sale. A bookshelf that has every book ever written on pain management. Some of them open, like that's supposed to be inviting. I don't know. Anyways, the rug was crooked. It was fucking pissing me off. So I sat down in the uncomfortable chair, and I started to have, as I call, a pain episode. It started slowly, but I could feel it building. The pain was building in my chest, in my back. I went through all the check-in processes, and the girl left after I did all the paperwork and stuff, and I moved over to the leather comfy chair. Even though the air conditioner was blowing on my head, it was fucking 20 degrees in there. I felt it was a better chair to be in for my pain cycle. I'm deep in the pain cycle. I'm going through the breathing. I'm doing all kinds of weird shit, like standing up, putting my hands on the seat of the chair, arching my back, trying to bend into the pain. I mean, weird shit, okay? The check-in lady comes back in. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm just south of okay." She's like, "Okay, the doctor will be with you shortly." I guess shortly means 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes. I've moved all around the room. I've done every incarnation that I can think of. I'm breathing. I'm in so much pain. Like it is like the pain is surging and squeezing and spreading and pressing, and it's like unreal. The pain is like unreal, okay? By the time the doctor comes in, this is a good look, so if you ever want to do it, feel free to try it. I'm standing up, okay? I'm turned around. I've got my hand on the arms of the chair, my head on the back. Breathing like that. Like it's intense. The doctor comes in, she goes, "Oh, hi." Now I'm going to describe her. She's, medium height, although how can I tell? I had my head in the chair. Long hair. She's in scrubs. She looks to be Asian. I didn't even catch her name. I was trying to read her name the whole time. I think it said Dr. Yi, but I don't know. She comes in with her laptop. She sits down. She starts typing away. She's not even really looking at me or talking to me. I mean, she's talking to me, but she's not looking at me, typing. "Okay, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about this? What about this? Show me this." Da, da, da. So by this time, obviously, I've turned around because you can't have a conversation with your ass to her. So I'm like pointing out the pain, da, da, da. She's like, this is what she says to me from her chair over there. "Okay, I'm going to need to stand up. I'm going to need to walk towards you. I'm going to need to pull your shirt up and examine you." I said, "Sounds reasonable. You're a doctor, even though we're in a fucking living room. I'll go for it." She puts her gloves on. She pulls my shirt up. She starts touching places, and I'm like squelching, screaming, ouching, oohing. "No, no, no. Ow, ow, ow. Stop, stop, stop. Please, please, please. No, no, no. Ow, ow, stop." She goes, "Okay. Here's what I know about your pain. the muscles are in full spasm. And she's another word too. Not spasm, but it means like squeezed up. She's like, it's penetrating across your back, into your armpit, up your shoulder, and around the front. And I go, yes, it is. Thank you very much. She's like, but she's not trying to be nice to me. It's not like we're vibing at all. There's no vibe here. She's medical and I'm painful. She's like, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to talk to you about getting an epidural. Have you ever had one? No. She said, you've never had an epidural for pain in 42 years of rheumatoid arthritis? Check. No, I haven't. She's like, well, that's what we do here, and that's what you need. She goes, so let's get this scheduled. And then it's like she went off that topic for a bit. Started talking about other stuff. And I said to her, what are the organs that are right here? Like, what's here? And she goes, pancreas and stomach. She goes, but I can't speak to those. That's a different kind of doctor. She goes, I'm here to deal with the pain. She goes, we need to stop the muscle spasms. We need to lower the inflammation. We need to get you some relief. And you know I'm all about that. But she's still doing this. Barely looking at me. She's talking to me, but you can't. I mean, she could be talking to anyone. Like, we're not making eye contact. I'm breathing and doing all kinds of weird fucking shit to try to get through the pain. Moving around, pressing up, head down, between my legs, all kinds of crazy shit. So I decide it's time for me to take over. I said to her, when would you like to do the epidural? She goes, my first opening is July 30th. I go, 10 days from today, I'll fucking take it. She's like, whatever time it is, I don't know. She goes, and you have to go to our Petaluma office. I said, okay. So hopefully Boyd will take me. It's at like 4 o'clock in Petaluma on the 30th. I think he will. She goes, I'd like to prescribe some medication for you. Let's go over the medication list just to make sure you're still taking all the things that I think you're taking. She goes, now I see here that you prescribed Norco in January. I go, yeah, in January. It was the first surgery I had. Do you think I fucking still have that shit? She goes, so you really don't take narcotics? No, I don't. I take gabapentin and tramadol. She goes, okay, well, first of all, the doses of those that you're taking are like, they're not doing anything for you. You're just taking the pills for the sake of taking them. You need to triple the gabapentin, double the tramadol, which that sounds like a lot to me, but okay. Mm-hmm. So we decide that she's going to prescribe a muscle relaxer for me, and then I'm going to take these pills the way they're supposed to be taken instead of the way I've been taking them. And I'm going to get a epidural. Okay, thank you very much. So she gets up to leave. She walks over to me. She puts her hand on my shoulder and she goes, I can see that you're barely hanging on by a thread. We're going to take care of you. That was the most compassionate connection that we had in the 40 minutes that I was in her living room. I was like, thank you. So the other assistant comes in. She goes, here's your card for the 18th. The 18th. Oh, the 18th of August is my check after 2 weeks after my epidural. Here's for the 30th. She goes, here's some information about the epidural and what it means. I was like, shove it in the bag, shove it in the bag, shove it in the bag. She goes, now before you leave, we have to get a urine test. And I go, okay. I'm happy to pee in your freaking cup. So I said, and then can I leave? She's like, yeah. I go, what about the prescription? And the person went off on some fucking tangent about it takes 2 weeks for the urine analysis. I go, this is what I said to her, what are you talking about? She goes, before we can prescribe opiates, we need to have test results. I go, stop talking. I'm talking about the muscle relaxer that she said that I was going to take. She goes, oh, she's already called that in. Thank you very much. So now I'm getting it. Like, you go to take the urine test because they want to make sure you're not on drugs, that you're not just some drug-seeking fuck-up. So we go in. She said, come with me. And I go, I give the urine analysis. I said, can I leave as soon as this is done? She goes, yes. So you have to leave your handbag outside. You can't take it in the bathroom with you because I guess people are fucking crazy. They want drugs and they'll figure out a way to get them. So I peed and took it out, handed it to her, and I said goodbye, grabbed my handbag. Now I have to drive home. Yes, I had offers from my mother-in-law. Thank you, Mary Queen. I love you very much. Yes, I had offers from my sister. Thank you, Shani. I love you very much. And those were offers to drive me there and back, and I declined all of them because I was really having a good day. But now I'm in a pain cycle. So I go out to my car and I say to myself, I could call Shani right now. She'd be here in maybe 25 minutes, and then she could, get dropped off by her husband. She could drive me home in my car, and then he could follow us. And then I thought to myself, I don't think I can wait that long. Literally, the office is like 6 minutes from my house. So I just got to man up and do it. So I get in the car. I grip the steering wheel. I put the heat on my seat heater, heat my seat, and I drive home. I get home and I just die. Boyd's there, and I was like, fuck me. This is gross. This is horrible. I hate it. I said, but there's a prescription at CVS. Can you go pick it up? He's like, fucking yeah, I can. So I take the gabapentin that she told me to take, and he goes to get my pill. This is going longer than I thought, but you know me, I love a good story to tell. He comes back from CVS. No, he calls me from CVS, and he's like, so they want to know, what are you taking? I'm thinking to myself, these fucking pharmacists, they're so confused. I've told them a million times what I take and what I don't take. So I straighten him out. He comes home. I go, you fucking brought 2 prescriptions home? He goes, yeah, they said these were ready. One of them's Eliquis, the blood thinner, that I no longer fucking take. No longer fucking take. Now, of course, my copay is 0 because I've met my deductible a long fucking ass time ago. But they're still going to charge my insurance company, and that is not okay with me. That's some white privilege bullshit. So I'm calling them today and saying, I don't care if you think it's contaminated from a house. You're taking it back, and you're not charging my insurance company because you guys are fuck-ups. And I'm taking my list, I'm going to read it off to them and say, if you have me on anything else, take me off of it. Thank you and goodbye. Anyways, the muscle relaxer's called Tixanet or some fucking bullshit. I don't know how to say it. Anyways, I take it because I think, what the fuck? When's a better time to start? But now it's twice a day. Okay, that's it. Every 8 to 10 hours you can take this. It's literally 4 milligrams. So I take it. My girls aren't home yet from their birthday party for Pop. And I sit down on the couch with Boyd, and the baseball game's on, the A's and the Giants. And it starts hitting me. Just so you know, everything's a muscle. Your eyeballs are muscles. Your tongue is a muscle. My shit went sideways in no time. By the time my girls got home, which I think must have been 8 o'clock, 8:15, they were like, Mom, what the fuck's wrong with you? Your eyes are weird. Like my eyes are rolling out. I can't talk because my tongue is relaxed. No, it was too funny for words. I said to Boyd, honey, I think I need to go to bed. So he gets me back to bed because literally I can't walk. I'm like a dork, like a uncoordinated blah. So I go to bed at 8:30, and I slept deep and hard, but not long enough. Only till 12:45, 12:40. I got up and I was in excruciating chest pain. Crazy pain. I mean, it was like there was a rubber band underneath my boobs, squeezing, but it only hurt on the left side. So I got up, went pee, took 2 Tums, because, I don't know what to do. I don't know if this is my stomach or if this is my heart. I really don't. Took 2 Tums, hooked up the heating pad, got back in bed, moaned for about an hour till it finally subsided a little bit, fell back asleep, got up at 8:30. Today I feel shaky, a little discombobulated, but you're my people, and I would never leave you abandoned for 3 days in a row. Okay? That's pain management. Friday, I have an appointment with a concierge doctor. Again, white people privilege. I can afford it, and it's time to get one person to coordinate my care. This guy seems amazing, like his credentials are fucking out of this world. So I'm going to go see him on Friday at noon and see what's up. And I'm calling UCSF rheumatology department today. That's my goal for today, is to get that shit dialed in and talk to the brace people, because I'm returning the brace because there's no fucking way in hell I'm wearing that brace. It squeezes my brains out. Okay, I've got notes everywhere here. I see that if you don't open your schools, you will not get federal money. And if there's anything schools needs, it's money. So they're going to be forced to open their schools in order to get the federal funds. And in doing so, risk all the teachers' lives and all the administration lives. Now they're saying you can do some of this shit outside, move your classroom outside. Now I know for my sister, she lives in a place that's very, very warm. And she could potentially teach outside. Like that could be a thing where you get some social distance. Right now what her school is doing is it's one classroom, but it has up to 30 kids in it, and the teachers are revolving through. She doesn't like it, even though I thought of it. It's like, give me some credit, girl. That was my idea. But she's like, no, it's not going to work for me. I got 80 kids per busload coming into my school. They rode a bus here with a bunch of people. Who knows how instead of 3 people to seat, they're going to be 2 people to seat. But I don't know where they're coming from. And she goes, and I'm still teaching them online, even though they're right in front of me. It's some fucked up shit. But she's going to move classrooms, and it may or may not work. I say go outside. I saw in the newspaper that at the baseball game yesterday, a bunch of the San Francisco Giants, including the manager and a bunch of players, kneeled during the national anthem. Now, you know how I feel about this. Hashtag I'm with Cap and with Cap. I think it's great. I think you get to vote your conscience, you get to live your conscience, you get to display your conscience. This is their conscience, do it. So what about all those people who are like, that's fucked up and I'm not fucking watching anything. If they're fucking kneeling, that's fucking disrespectful. You know, all the dumbasses. So does that mean you're not going to watch baseball? Or does that mean they're not going to televise the national anthem? Depends on the household, I guess. Now, college. I've got 2 kids potentially going to college, one in Arizona and one in Orange County. Both hotbeds of infection. If college is online, what do? You keep your kid home?